The San Francisco blackout, the sandwich ritual nobody's talking about. San Francisco had a huge power outage. Massive power blackout leaves at least a third of San Francisco in darkness. One third of San Francisco, over 130,000 homes and businesses across San Francisco went into darkness. Now, this is a topic that we've been covering, so I'll make it quick, just an update. But it's connections to simulations and test runs, just like we're seeing right now with the 3i Atlas. The entire thing was a simulation test run, and now they're doing the largest space drill simulation. Now they're coming out and saying that, but even the programming of the articles being released and whatnot are also connected to that. Now, San Francisco, people look at San Francisco like, oh, it's, the Bay Bridge. We've been covering the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge for a ritual for a long time. So this is a topic that we've studied quite a bit, and Presidio as well, it being the military industrial complex. So when you think San Francisco, that's pretty much what it is. It is the military industrial complex running simulations of Silicon Valley for the AI and the smart grids that are being built right now. San Francisco is absolutely important because LA is going to have the Olympics, and also the Super Bowl ritual, the Superb Owl ritual, will be happening in pretty much a month from now. So they're preparing the Waymos. A lot of people are going to be taking these cars, the new AI that's been installed in Waymos during the No Kings protest. I say on this channel that was also simulation as well with the AI, with the Waymos, so it could study its outside behavior of the environment and whatnot. We also see the predictive programming in movies like Leave the World Behind of the white Tesla cars. Now we have the white Waymo cars all in the news, and they've been in the news for a while. Here's one of the Waymos harassing San Francisco neighborhood. Now, I live in a smart city here in Phoenix, and Phoenix, we already got these Waymos everywhere. So we'll be putting together a documentary for the new year on the smart city grid. But Presidio, California, this is where you had this happen at. This is where, the Lucas stuff went down. A lot of history over here. And please put a 1 in the comment that you can hear me okay. It looks like y'all can hear me okay. But shout out to everybody in the comment, and please like the video, smash that like button, and share this video out. Get the information out there. Really, really appreciate it. Looks like y'all can hear me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to Las Vegas 702. All right. So Presidio, California, that's a lot of history there with, Star Wars, and we could get into a whole nother show about that, but we're going to focus on the San Francisco blackout, SF blackout. Most of Richmond district power outage, Waymo remains suspended. This happened last night to today. It's better now. I believe it's like over 97% back and functional, but it is the winter solstice. We have entered the winter solstice ritual, and I titled this the sandwich ritual no one's talking about, because I wrote San Francisco and it auto corrected it to sandwich, and I thought it was funny, so I kept it. But here is the tragic fires that happened in LA. In LA, they're going to have the Olympics, the big ritual of 2028, but the huge ritual of the Super Bowl in just a few months in February with Bad Bunny. And here is the fires, and I've been pointing out that downtown was not affected, because I believe downtown will be the hub of the smart city towers that control the grid, because the way California has been designed, it wasn't designed on a flat grid plane like here in Phoenix. And Los Angeles, everywhere around it caught on fire except for downtown LA. Then we had the No Kings protest in downtown LA, where they set the Waymos on fire. Waymo temporarily suspends service in SF Ahmed power outage. And what other strange things that happened with this is that it took place in the afternoon. So I think it's safer to run a simulation like that. We even saw this at the Olympics. During the Olympics, there were these outages. And during the Olympic ceremony, with that huge ritual, they showed the outage happening. The outages are part of the script, it's part of the story, whether that's Leave the World Behind or any of these books that have been released. So the Super Bowl, we're going to be covering the Super Bowl. We always do. And I don't think it's coincidental that some of the files were released around this exact same time. Now, maybe there's a connection there. Power restored to most in San Francisco after massive outage. Now, the connections to the files, this is the only channel we broke this, that the Manhattan blackout of July 2019 that took place on 713, which is a Masonic compass secret code within that. This is also the date that President Trump assassination attempt happened on 713. Very occult day, in my opinion. This happened, but this is around the same time that Jeffrey moved to this new prison in Manhattan. And Manhattan has gone through this a bunch of times in 2003, 1977, on the exact same day, 713, which is why we connect that to an occult date, and 1965. So I believe there is a correlation there that we've covered quite a bunch of times here. Massive San Francisco power outage darkened entire neighborhoods for hours. Fact checked. So remember the Eiffel Tower? There was images coming out saying that this outage happened, but at that same time, real outages were actually happening. So this could be a way for social engineering to cover up stuff. Olympic Games, city of Paris experiences a massive blackout a day after the inauguration. So this is a real image, I believe. And we were covering that. That was crazy ritual. And it was connected to the bridges. You see this bridge right here? This is why we keep focusing on the 128 code and the San Francisco Bridge. And right here, it's talking about the Greek god Dionysius, for the Last Supper of the Bacchus type ritual, where everyone was really pissed off about. We'll get into that with Bad Bunny a little bit for the upcoming ritual. But today is the winter solstice, huge day for ritual. And just going back in time to how long we've been covering these events that go down, and it being a simulation in a sense, where you even had, I believe, Puffy, was there a connection there? I don't remember what that was about. You can go look at that over on my Twitter. But this one's pretty important. Just to recap people who are new to the channel, that there's been the programming. Like, why is Candace on the world stage? Why was she chosen with her book Blackout? Or 1 second after with the eclipse of the blackout, then Leave the World Behind or The World Ahead. Leave it behind or leave it ahead, with Trump's face being the eclipse during the blackout with the mouth going over Venezuela. That's why we've been pointing out to Venezuela. But yeah, this is from the movie Leave the World Behind. But we even have it in Mountain Dew, with the Mountain Dew programming of the pitch black. Not just that, you also have The Economist magazine, and then we have the largest outage in Spain, where the outage is covering up as well, in Argentina and all that. So that happened, and now this is happening at the military industrial complex of Silicon Valley in Presidio, California. We even see this with Diddy's Off the Grid. We were connecting it to that. And What You Gonna Do When the Grid Goes Down, released September 25th, National Roadkill Day. And then you got the big predictive programming of the Blue Screen of Death. And the music video Chick Chick Boom was released. And during the Super Bowl ritual, nobody covered this, but we be covering stuff because we be diving deep, you know what I'm saying? After the ritual, when everyone was watching this, the 23 million viewers were watching this, it says broke the internet question mark in all red. So they've been hinting to this. Here's Ariana Grande talking about destroying the power grids and all that, and she's in love with this guy who wants to do that in the music video. But the Chick Chick Boom was showing the blue screen of death. And then we had on the 201 day, the biggest outage in history of the blue screen of death. So very occult, especially the 201 number is huge. We can go into that for days and days and days, but we'll keep it kind of short, and I'll just show you some slides, and you can, if you're new to this information, you can go to my Twitter and you can find all this logged over there. So here's that Chick Chick Boom video that was showing them dancing. This was trending. This was released with the blue screen of death on the 201 day. Then the whole world had to, come on, is that a coincidence? I don't think so. Over 33,000 customers without power in Las Vegas not too long ago. On the 7-2 day, in the 702, 7-2 is a big number. And then we had the Amazon outage a few months ago when I was out in Hawaii. This happened. The Amazon's AWS ritual. All these things are out. So these seem to be simulations in my opinion, even though the WEF said this will be the next big event. Still, yes, that's part of it too. There is going to be big events like that, but it's also, in my opinion, could be controlled. It's an idea. It could be controlled to do these simulations. We even got other big podcasters that go like on the Joe Rogan mainstream podcast that says time to break the internet. So we've seen these words over and over again. Break the internet at the Super Bowl, break the internet. Here's Leave the World Behind about the internet breaking. Here's an image of the movie. And the new Spielberg movie, they have images like this of North Korea. So one of my predictions, I got a couple predictions. My predictions is North Korea and Rocket Man's going to be in the news for next year. Probably early in the year around the Super Bowl time. And if you don't know what that is, you got to know what that is. That Kim Jong-un. And also, Billie Eilish will be, in my prediction, either at the Superb Owl Ritual at the halftime show, or even Zac Brown Band, because Zac Brown Band likes their jeans that fit just right. And it's a huge genetic type ritual symbolically for the 2045 new human species being developed right now. And here's the hot spot in Leave the World Behind, and it's the exact hot spot where the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed. And that's very connected to Leave the World Behind. The people, the Scots are in there. But we could tie this outage ritual to 0 Day. That's what 0 Day was about as well. That was released on Netflix. And Jack Dorsey, who created Twitter, wrote Day 0 on August 10th. August 10th is the date of the helical rising of Sirius. This date is very important to the occult. This is why Jeffrey was hung on this day. This is why Robin Williams was hung on this day. Yes, we be diving deep into these rituals. And it was also about the social engineering, which we're seeing huge right now with the release of all the bots and the bot farming on X and Twitter, where you got all these foreign, people influencing politics, and not just little politics. I mean, huge politics on geopolitical scale. You don't get these foreigners on Twitter saying y'all need to protect your First Amendment or Second Amendment. They are talking about going to war, like pretty much the allies and the adversaries of America and going to war with her allies and promoting adversary. So it seems to be very, social engineered. And this is kind of weird too, right? With all the plane crashes, and that was in Leave the World Behind. I got to watch that again. But we saw all the white Waymo cars, which were Tesla cars, not working in Leave the World Behind. And that's sort of what's going on now with the Waymos, because this is the AI grid system that's being developed, and the AI learns through experiences and simulations. So when we saw the No Kings protest, the pictures that the feds were releasing were just images of people destroying the Waymo cars, because I believe it was a simulation test. Like, oh, hey, we're going to have a protest. So let's, funded by the Walmart, family. Let's not let a good crisis go to waste and test out the environment. So this was part of the AI, is studying the environment. And those documents were released right before that happened. So it's something we've been looking into, and 128 code is a huge part of that, where you see this number 128 show up, and it's connected to collapsings of bridges. And like Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed at 128 in the morning. And The Economist magazine, The World Ahead, we're coming up on the end of the year. So what haven't we seen yet in here? We're running out of time. So maybe something to keep looking at, because The Economist magazine just released their new holiday edition, which I haven't looked at yet. So I thought I would look at it on the fly with all y'all. The holiday double issue for December 20th to the new year. So this is the last issue. And I wonder if we can see anything as we're looking at it on the fly. Looks like they're on the Illuminati Yacht Club. Let's zoom in and see if we see anything interesting. Please put your comments down below if you do see anything. This guy is reading the exact issue. Look, this guy has one eyeball. You see that Cyclops right there with the one eye? Oh, no, maybe he doesn't have one eye. Those are his glasses. I don't know. No, it looks like he has one eye. This guy's filming. That's weird. Just looking to see if we can see any significant symbols. But it looks like they're copying off me and Paranoid American's Illuminati Yacht Club towel. It looks just like that. We should ask them. Oh, what's this? Is this a robot dog right here? There's the bunny, the magician and the bunny right in the middle in the centerpiece. Sorry, I'm just looking at this on the fly. I haven't looked at it yet. And then you got the military in the background right here that is blasting off cannons, and then the fish are flying away. And then up here, it looks like they're dancing and having a good time. Ooh, they're making love up here, and they're having a romantic dinner. And what's this guy doing? He's up to no good. Maybe he's going to sink the ship, the Titanic, that cracked in half at 128 in the morning. So we got the release of a lot of the files, but not all of them. And I pointed out how there's the Templar files, because one of the people had the Knights Templar cross right there. Interesting. And the Super Bowl rituals are all connected to the DNA genes, and Kendrick Lamar wearing his bell-bottom jeans. And Zach Brown has the song, the jeans that fit just right, with the radio on. What else do I got for you? Y'all already know about that. Oh, here's just an image of that, just in case people are new here and don't understand some of the symbols. So all this is happening. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? This is something I'm looking out for. Bad Bunny. What kind of symbol is this? I'm trying to see what kind of painting or god or goddess or alchemical symbol they're showing us here. I think the hat is interesting and it kind of looks like a Serapis type imagery, but not totally, but it could be connected to Serapis. Um, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just looking at the different hats that he's wearing, all the different clothing and all that. His hand going up and the other hand going down into his pocket. Here's Serapis with the hat. Um, this was part of the Disclosure Day movie, and I thought it was weird. The like worm serpent down here. Didn't really understand that, but we kind of have an image of that with Serapis that I think I brought up. I didn't bring it up. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking at. I'm trying to figure out. Maybe y'all know what kind of symbol he's portraying. Bad Bunny, who's going to be doing the Super Bowl ritual. There's Thoth. It looks like it could be Trismegistus. Here's the Sampaku eye. People going through the KFC rituals right now. We've been covering the Sampaku eye, and now people are starting to catch on to the different eye symbols that are happening. But why are these fights going on? You had the Sampaku fight where Jake and Andrew, here's the Andrew one, they're both have podcasts together, had fake beefs together, and now they're both fighting like at the same time, and that's what everyone's talking about. These are the gladiator games to keep y'all distracted. What else is going on? Waymo's going down the wrong street. Here's one more thing with the AI. That Cheyenne, Wyoming, had a UFO incident happen the exact same day I think that the Bell UFO happened in America. But I guess it was like some orbs or something. But Wyoming's one of the huge data centers, Cheyenne, on the frontier, I believe because of the water. And so here's the water turn red in the Persian Gulf. That was interesting imagery to pull up. Oh, and this ritual, the Coldplay couple ritual, that they work for an AI company. And they're even calling it a ritual, the ritual shaming of the woman at the Coldplay concert who's like married to like this aristocratic elite. It's kind of old information, so I kind of forget already. And it only happened like a few months ago, it feels like. And then the MIT deep state stuff going on with the plasma. I gotta keep y'all updated on that. Anyway, I appreciate all y'all. We got almost 1,000 people up in here. Please smash that like button. It's Donut. I'll keep y'all updated on the San Fran blackout ritual. The sandwich rituals nobody is talking about. Much love and God bless you.